or we need to spend it in 10 years.
Sorry, can I jump in here?
Yeah, I want to.
Thank you. Neoliberalism for me is very simple. It was a class project, and it was a class project from the very beginning. It was not about the market. It was about consolidating class power. And I tried to write that out. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting what's happened. I tried to write that out in the brief history of neoliberalism. There are lots of books coming on about neoliberalism right now. One tries to treat it as an ideology, another tries to treat it as, about the market, another about that and that, to the point where the concept becomes incoherent, and half of people say you shouldn't use it anymore, which means, great, we don't have to talk about the concentration of class power anymore. Well, fuck you. That's what we've got to talk about.
And that's going straight to Facebook.
And I'm tired of this kind of stupid debate. It's about consolidation. It's consolidation, and as you said, one of the bits of consolidation is you use the banks in a certain kind of way. Going off the gold standard in 1971 was the beginning point of a lot of this. It then allowed the credit system to be used in a certain kind of way where you could actually start robbing the world like crazy. So actually, when you look at something like the Southeast Asian crisis, it was a thing where perfectly good economy was forced into bankruptcy by financial means. Then in stepped the banks, bought all the things up, and then sold them back at some vast things. The Chinese understand this, by the way. They have a little thing where they kind of say, the United States right now, its economy is 2/3 based on robbing the rest of the world and 1/3 based on making things. And the robbery comes about through these institutions that get set up. The investment bank, I think it's a great idea, but one of the things it's got to do is, A, be democratized itself. It's all very well to say, in a patriarchal way, we're going to encourage democratization in a village, that's very nice, centralized decentralization. Or we have to actually experiment with new ways in which that investment bank could itself be democratized. And the second thing is, it's got to challenge the main center of neoliberal power, which lies in what I call the state finance nexus, which is the coalition between the Treasury Department and the Bank of England in this country, between the Treasury Department in the United States and the Federal Reserve in the United States, because that's where a lot of the power is located. And you can play around with the rest of the economy all you like, but those are the people who really, really put it together. And it was great in 2008 after Lehman went bankrupt, because Congress didn't know what to do. They all ran away and were all kind of silent. Bush, the president, didn't know what to do, and he disappeared down some rabbit hole. And who came out and said, this is what we do? The chair of the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke, plus Hank Paulson, came out and stood in front of the television and had a 3-page piece of paper and said, this is what we do. And what did we do? We didn't bail the people out. No. We bail the banks out. That's what they said. And that was it. And that's neoliberalism. That's neoliberalism in power for you. And we've got to keep that concept straight in our mind. I mean, we can chuck neoliberalism out if you want, that's fine. But don't forget the incredible importance of the class power that is being assembled right now. It is more concentrated and powerful now than it's ever been. And the big question for me is, how are they going to use that power to take these new technologies, which do indeed have lots of emancipatory possibilities and all the rest of it, and actually turn it to their advantage? How are they going to do that? That's the thing. And it's interesting. One of the things